yesterday. And he regarded this memorandum of understanding that we're discussing as dead. Because all the things here that they had agreed with the Kenya Kwanza government, nothing has come to fruition. If we look at the full implementation of the NADCO report, that one also is still in the process. We don't know where it is at. They can always tell us inclusivity in all spheres of public life, that is still wanting. Protecting and strengthening devolution, right? We have all had cases about also the disbursement of fund that has not been coming promptly. Promoting and protecting the livelihoods of young people. Now, this is where we have the bone of contention, because this has not been observed. Leadership and integrity, rights to peaceful assembly and protest, and compensation of all pending claims. This is one of the key items that I think there has been an egregious violations of.
Let me say, because I don't think I'll speak again, that it's been a privilege to share the platform with this distinguished panel. But when I was doing my dissertation in the UK, one of the papers I was writing was, if there had been no Hitler, who would have been Churchill? and Churchill said, that of all the virtues of a man, there's none more important than courage. And the last meeting I had with my friend and mentor, political mentor, Gachoka, Raila Odinga, was at Riverside Drive. The day he did the first Maandamano. He convened a group of us. Present was Professor Makau Mutua, myself, James Orengo, Wakili Amolo Otiende, Ruto Odinga was there. I think the Maasai Senator Oladama was there. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, but it was a distinguished panel. And I remember at that point we were discussing why would Baba take a risk with his life and come out to stand against William Ruto's government. And after everybody spoke, Baba stood on his feet. And as God lives in heaven, Baba said that he was not going to oppose Ruto. He was going to let Ruto try and fulfill his mandate and see whether he would lead Kenya forward. But when he saw the cannibalization of the opposition, when he saw the buying of members of parliament and senators and the destruction of the constitutional order, he decided that this is a road that Yoweri Museveni, Kaguta Museveni, followed in Uganda. And now he's running, I don't know, for 16 years. And he said, this is the route that Rwanda is going. And as Raila Odinga, I will not allow this, because Kenya is a democracy where there should be periodic elections, people should be elected, and the people's mandate must be exercised. But William Ruto began to exhibit from day one a strongman syndrome, where he and he alone must do everything. I want to remind the Prime Minister that the Constitution of Kenya 2010 was a product of this Mount Kenya, which is now being loathed. The alliance of Mount Kenya and ODM produced the 2010 Constitution.
It was all Kenya.
Because, I want to be clear, because President Mwai Kibaki and Raila Odinga were the political heads of the country, yes, the whole country, but they are coming together beyond ethnic considerations created in the Constitution for the whole country. So when people need to be together, they are not tribalists. But when they disagree on ideology, on issues, they become tribalists. I want to tell Peter Kaluma, because we may not share another platform another time, if he wants to look for tribalists, let him not look for Tony Gachoka. Because that one, you will never win. Because even Raila will tell you off. I was working with Raila. In fact, I remember when Raila became Prime Minister, he appointed 3 people. Mohamed Isahakia, Karori Omondi, and Tony Gachoka. And therefore, please do not utter in your words using the name of ODM to call Tony Gachoka a tribalist. I will never stand or accept that. You can call other people that. I do not know them, I don't know their history, but I know mine. And I'm here to say at TV47, we are not going to contain, or we are not going to stomach the massacre of young people in this nation by any name, by any organization, by any police force, by any grand coalition government, whatever the case. There is a proper procedure under the Penal Code and the laws of Kenya for any criminal who conducts any criminal act to be tried by the jurors of their peers, to be put together and put in prison for as long as it takes for the crime they commit. But we cannot create fear in our children and actually sit down here and glorify The fact that a 12-year-old girl watching television at home can die from a stray bullet. And I mean, even in hell, I'm sure there must be a procedure. The devil himself, you know, there must be a procedure even in hell. I mean, this is absurd. And I want to say that you cannot. I mean, even Hitler had gas chambers. He would even give you a shower before he burnt you to ashes. I mean, this guy, Subaru's wounded men and women, you know, abducting children and shooting. I mean, even in Vietnam, there were rules. A sniper would hide by the tree. I mean, you are watching television. I mean, I want to condemn in the strongest terms, and I want to tell Jacob, siasa dua ruparu. Jacob, siasa dua ruparu. Please don't allow this country one day to say Raila must go. Raila, you know, is out of love, but on this one, you're wrong.
Yeah. All right. Kaluma, so I want